2015 saw the introduction of the Lunar Roving Vehicle, or moon buggy. This $38 million collapsible golf cart was an attempt by NASA to breathe life into their now frequent but mundane trips to and from the moon by extending the range and scope of the lunar field trips. It allowed exploration of features that could not be reached by foot from the perfectly flat landing sites. This alone should have put beyond any doubt NASA's presence on the moon, as the astronauts could transmit live TV of the scenery as they drove around. But it was not to be. According to NASA, the moon buggy had to be stationary with the high-gain antenna pointed directly at a spot on the Earth when they wanted to broadcast live. As I shall explain in a later video, this is complete nonsense. It's nothing more than an excuse for NASA to pre-record footage like this that had to be filmed outside where they might encounter wind or wildlife. The camera was under the remote control of someone in Houston, which meant both astronauts could be filmed from a distance as they bounced around the lunar stage. But where's the Earth? The choice of Apollo landing sites meant the Earth was overhead, well out of the way of the camera's field of view, to avoid those embarrassing questions or mistakes while filming the landscape. So you can forget scenes like this from the 1995 movie Apollo 13, where astronaut Jim Lovell reflects on how it might have been to actually step foot on the moon. The truth is closer to this live TV footage from the Apollo 16 mission, although it too is pure fiction staged by NASA in a studio back on Earth. Look how distorted the Earth appears before it is perfectly aligned with the remote control camera on the moon buggy and the strange illuminated ring, effects that go unnoticed in real time. The same is true in these live TV broadcasts from the Apollo 17 mission, where the remote camera has to pan and tilt way up before zooming into the perfectly aligned image. Something is clearly not quite right, as the shape is stretched or squashed depending on where it is in the field of view. The effect is most pronounced in this live TV broadcast when the operator in Houston gives the audience one last look before Apollo 17 blasts off from the moon. As the Earth comes into view from the left, after the camera has zoomed in, and as the Earth exits the view on the right. A ball looks like a circle from any angle, but in this side-by-side comparison, the Earth appears, dare I say it, flat. It's this image that gives the game away. It presents as a black disk superimposed on a white disk because NASA was recreating the shadow and terminator line on an image of the Earth, which could be achieved using nothing more than an adjustable baffle mounted in front of a stage light. It would explain why the shape of the Earth image changes according to where it is in the camera's field of view, and allows estimation of how far away it would need to be placed based on a typical stage light from that era. And it explains the unusual terminator line and illuminated ring in the Apollo 16 footage, as the light catches the inside of the housing. But there is another reason to suspect the Earth in the footage from the Apollo 17 mission is a lot closer than it should be. The field of view of the RCA TV camera is 43 degrees. The high-gain antenna is around 36 inches in diameter, and half of it occupies 37 degrees, so it is around 27 inches from the camera. The end of the antenna rib is aligned with the fake Earth, which is 4.5 degrees from the right of the frame. It is clear from the image that the antenna is pointing directly at the fake Earth, which is to be expected. After the camera has panned at least 6 degrees to the left, the fake Earth is still just visible to the right of frame. However, drawn to scale, the real Earth would never be visible after the camera pans left. It demonstrates how impossible it is to compensate for the size, distance, and relative positions of celestial objects when filming in the confines of a studio. Not that anyone would have noticed as they watched it live on TV back in 1972.